forward, heart in line. Soul on fire, watch me shine. In His grace I find my way. Every step a brighter day. So steps between realize, building dreams and reaching skies. In the light I walk this road. Faith and truth my steady code.
The tension between moving and being still. Today felt like a gift, a quiet, sacred invitation to step outside the routine and just be. I found myself in a new space surrounded by nature, and the first thing I noticed was the stillness. It wasn't the absence of sound, but the kind of stillness that makes you lean in closer, as if the world is whispering secrets of grace. I had limited time, but I didn't want to rush through this moment. So instead, I let the place speak for itself. The sky, the trees, the rhythm of my footsteps. All of it became part of the story. In the moments like this, I think of Psalms 43 verse 10. Be still and know that I am God. Stillness invites us to experience God's presence in ways that movement sometimes cannot. It's a sacred pause, a chance to let the weight of His glory settle in. I've been thinking a lot about the balance between movement and stillness. So much of life is about motion, running, striving, pressing forward, and there's value in that. Movement builds momentum, and momentum can carry us through seasons where endurance is needed. But what about the moments when we stop? When we let the stillness do the work? I reflect on Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1, which reminds me that there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. There's a time for running and there's a time for resting, a time for pressing forward and a time for pausing. Both are sacred when aligned with God's purpose. In my earlier videos, I expressed my goal to run, and I was constantly on the move. And that movement was meaningful. It mirrored my desire to grow, to chase after God, to keep stepping toward my soul goals. But then something shifted. I paused, and that moment was captured in one of the upcoming videos. I was so focused on just running and getting to my destination, follow my routine, just run and walk there. Yes, the streams are so beautiful. Oh, let's enjoy the view from up here. And I can't believe it took the last day that I could foresee myself doing this routine here, that I decided to just enjoy the day and not be so focused on getting to one point to the other for a specific routine, and just enjoy the environment. That I actually saw an entryway that was there all along, and I passed it several times, but I never saw it. That led me straight to the streams that I always admired from the top. I saw it. I always walked past it several times, but I was so busy talking, so busy just focused on getting to one point to the other, that I missed it. And I was almost so sad because it was so beautiful to just be at the streams, and you would see it in the next coming video. But I was like, how have I not allowed myself to explore this breathtaking view? And ever since then, I have now decided that I'm going to make it my priority. Instead of running, I'm going to walk longer than the 15 minutes, but at least 30 minutes, and just enjoy the environment. Enjoy. And that is how I actually found this place. I have been to this area several times. It's quite unbelievable that I have never allowed myself to venture out and explore and actually seek these places out, because they're so close And it's made my mornings a lot more meaningful, a lot more refreshing. Like I actually feel energized and looking forward to the day for something so simple as just looking at nature. How often do we run past the streams in our lives, the moments God has placed for us to stop and drink deeply? Isaiah 55 verse 1 says, "Come all who are thirsty, come to the waters." Sometimes God's invitation is to stop running and simply drink from His presence. Today was another reminder that walking isn't just about getting somewhere. It's about experiencing the journey. There's a kind of worship in walking slowly, in noticing the world around you, and letting each step be an act of gratitude. It's less about covering ground and more about grounding yourself in the present. I'm learning that sometimes slowing down isn't just an option, it's a calling, a way to say, "God, I trust you with the pace of my life." Proverbs 16 verse 9 says, "In their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps." Walking slower is an act of surrender to His guidance. In Luke chapter 24, after His resurrection, Jesus walked with His disciples on the road to Damascus. He didn't rush their conversation or reveal Himself immediately. He walked with them at their pace, allowing the journey to unfold. That story reminds me that God isn't in a hurry with us. He walks with us, inviting us to experience His presence moment by moment. Of course, there's so much you won't see in this video. The hours before and after, the behind the scenes of my day, they are hidden. But isn't that a reflection of life? We often forget that what's unseen is just as significant as what is visible. Think about it. The roots of a tree, the currents beneath the streams, the quiet moments of prayer that no one else hears. These are the things that hold everything together. Just because we don't see them doesn't mean that they're not real. 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 18 says, "So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but what is unseen. Since what is seen is temporal, but what is unseen is eternal." In the same way, God is at work behind the scenes in our lives, orchestrating details we never notice but that are vital to His plans. Trusting in what we cannot see requires faith. And Hebrews 11 verse 1 reminds us, "Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see." Today reminded me that God's presence does not always require action. Sometimes it's in the stillness and the quiet acknowledgement of "Here is holy." Slowing down does not mean stopping. It means being intentional, being present, being willing to listen. Jesus modeled this for us in Mark chapter 6 verse 31 when He said to His disciples, "Come with me by yourselves to a quiet place and get some rest." Even in the busyness of the ministry, Jesus prioritized stillness and rest. Why should we think we are exempt? It's easy to think that growth requires constant movement, but sometimes the most profound growth happens in the pause, in the moments when we let God do the heavy lifting and simply rest in Him. Matthew chapter 11 verse 28 to 30 captures this beautifully. "Come to me all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls." As I walked today, kept music playing, songs that helped me stay tethered to the sacred, and it stuck with me. Even in the moments of distraction, even when my mind wandered, God was still there. His presence isn't dependent on my perfection. It's a gift always available. That's the beauty of this journey. It's not about getting it all right or having everything figured out. It's about showing up step by step, moment by moment, and trusting that God is walking with us. And as I reflect on my day, the song Shoemaker by 121 Seller, featuring Sinmidele, she's currently my favorite, was stuck on repeat. Not because the other songs weren't beautiful, but because this one spoke directly to something I didn't realize I needed to hear. It felt like a lifeline, a reminder of the God who knows me so intimately, who sees the places in my life that need mending, and who is always near and nearby to restore. The lyrics gripped me, especially the repeated cry, "Shoemaker, where you dey? Come and fix my shoe. I call you because I know sin, now you fit fix am." What struck me most was the simplicity of the truth in this song. Na person we go fix am, me go call. I felt the weight of that. Who else could fix what's broken in me but the one who created me? This isn't a cry of desperation to just anyone. It's a cry to the one who knows my design. Psalms 139 verse 13 says, "For you created my innermost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb." Only the Maker can restore what the journey has worn down. As this song transitioned from the imagery of the shoemaker to the heart fixer, it became even more personal. Heart fixer, where you dey? Come and fix my heart. I call you because I know sin, now you fit fix am. In that moment, it wasn't just about shoes or the surface level wear and tear. It's about the deeper places, the heartaches, the struggles, the questions I sometimes hesitate to bring to anyone else. The lyrics, so trusting, says, "I no go carry matter of heart go give human, no, cause e no sabi the work at all." How many times do we carry our brokenness to people who don't know how to handle it? How often do we expect others to do what only God can? Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 9 reminds us that the heart is deceitful above all things and beyond cure. Who can understand it? Yet the very next verse answers, "I, the Lord, search the heart and examine the mind." This song was a reminder to bring my heart to the one who truly knows how to fix it, who understands the intricate layers of my emotions, struggles, and joys. He is the ultimate heart fixer. The song ends with a declaration of trust. "I know where you dey. I know where to find you." That line stayed with me because it's a reminder that God is never far away. He's always present. He's always ready to restore, but we must choose to bring our brokenness to Him. Psalms 34 verse 18 says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." And that's the promise I'm holding on to today, that the shoemaker, the heart fixer, is always near and always ready to restore. And that's it for today. And it's your girl Queen Rhea, and she out. So until tomorrow, have a blessed day. Mwah.